Hello. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Amanda Panda Teacher Live. We are going live every Friday to interview and speak with teachers who use Manycam. I am Amanda Panda Teacher. I am a professional online teacher. I support teachers and coach technology tools through the magic of Zoom. I help teachers to integrate the right tools and technology into their class and support teachers in a group called Mannycam Community and of course, Mannycam and Six. And I've got a friend. This is Teacher Raquel. Teacher Raquel, will you tell us about yourself?
Hello. Yes, I am an online ESL teacher. I've taught for several companies I've contracted with. I'm currently contracting and actively teaching for two.
Awesome. And what companies do you work for?
I am working for Vipkid. They're my primary company, and I've recently started teaching with Zebra English.
Okay, very cool. That's so awesome. We have
Yeah.
some friends saying hello. Rebecca's here. Hello, Teacher Rebecca. And hello to a Facebook user friend says, Hola. Well, so glad to have you.
Oh, hola.
Welcome. Happy to have you. Happy Friday to you. So I'm going to ask questions about your computer and Mannycam. Can you tell me about your device?
Yes, I primarily teach on a desktop. I have a laptop as a backup in case, power goes out or whatever. My desktop is a Dell. I have a pretty fast processor. I have an i7, but it's a Gen 11 i7. I keep 32 gigs of RAM because I do use Mannycam a lot. So I don't want any glitches in the classroom or any IT issues.
Awesome. Oh, that is a fast one. That's more than me. I only run with 16 gigabytes of RAM, but 32, that's plenty. Oodles and oodles. That's awesome. Tell me about your internet. How do you keep a stable class connection?
I am hardwired.
Okay.
I'm hardwired and I've got the fastest that my local provider offers. So I think it's like 300 download and 30 upload.
Oh,
So,
that is great. That is great. I
yes.
pay for the plan that is just below the business plan for like business folks because
Hmm.
I teach professionally from my house online, teachers all across California technology as well as coaching and training. So you definitely need, and that hardwire is so important. I've actually had every Mannycam and me interview, every person says hardwired. So that is definitely the key to being having that stable class connection. Do you have
Yes.
any backups? What do you do if you have any fails or backups or need
I
something?
have a hotspot on my phone. It is definitely not super fast. It's really scary if things go out. And then just using Wi-Fi and like with my laptop, we recently traveled to San Diego and I was able to worry. It was a last minute trip for my son. He was up there graduating from boot camp. And so it was last minute trip, plugged into their Wi-Fi. It wasn't as fast, but it worked. I needed it.
Awesome.
So
Do you travel often or take Mannycam on the road when you travel?
I do take Mannycam on the road when I travel. It's so much easier to fold up, a green piece of cloth to tack up on the bathroom wall than it is to try to carry like poster board or anything with you. So
Definitely. Definitely. Did you have any concerns about using Mannycam before you got started with your technical setup?
I had a lot of concerns. I am not, I mean, I always worked in business, so familiar with like Word, PowerPoint, stuff like that, but I had no experience with like webcams or camera software or anything like that. So I was really nervous at first. And I just recently got a new computer. So my other laptop was a little slower. And it finally went out on me, but it's wow. Yeah, I was very concerned. I was scared.
Definitely. It is a little apprehensive at the first to get started for sure. I
Yes.
had an i5 processor when I first started teaching online, fourth generation. Oh, and it was a struggle bus all the time. I did not add Manicam. I knew until I got my new i7 processor. It is a
Yes.
brand new desktop. I'm a desktop rolling girl too. So
Yes.
awesome. What is your favorite Manicam moment with your students?
My favorite Mannycam. Oh my gosh, I have so many, but my students love the different masks.
Oh,
And so just watching their faces when I throw on different masks, or of course, my rewards. I do use Google Slides, and so I just love it, and I switch a lot. I switch a lot from
that's
to
awesome.
different windows. So
I see your green screening also. Do you change green screen often, like between class or a group of classes? How do you do
Yes,
that?
I do it a lot. I keep presets, and so I'm always moving through my different presets.
Oh,
I
wow.
use a Blackboard. I keep a folder, like I have my backgrounds and then I have daily classes. So when I prep for my classes, I'll put like in order which ones I'm going to use. So it's quick to go to my virtual background tab and just switch real quick before my next class.
So you actually move the presets in order, like as the flow of the classes will go in your setup. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't do that. That's a great, awesome idea. Yeah, that makes total sense because then you could just go to like preset number 2 and then go to your second number 3 for the next class 4, 5. Ah, my goodness, I'm always switching out my green screens and selecting the drop down and
I
having
do
to go
that
find them in the
too.
folder.
Yeah. I do that too, but especially for like my Google Slides, I keep 4 main presets and I keep like my class preset and then I have my green screen, I've got my Blackboard and then my reward, but I don't have any
Awesome.
rewards pulled up right now. So.
Awesome. Very cool. That's awesome. So your role with quite a few setups and presets. Definitely you're a very heavy Mannycam user. That's awesome. What a great share. Can you share other ways you use Mannycam? Do you teach in other places? Have you taken it with you in Zoom or other places?
I also teach on OutSchool. I haven't had any classes this semester, but I use it with my OutSchool. Just keeping it's so easy to keep a nice background and to find props and to find things to help bring the children in and keep them engaged.
Definitely. That is awesome. And you said you use Google Slides. So how do you use them? Do you use them for the props and resources for VIP Kid or rewards or a mix of both?
Both. I use them for both. That's for
Wow.
both. I
Awesome.
use them for
Awesome.
both of them. Yeah. So,
And
but I
in
have a lot of other props
Zebra
too.
English, will you use Google Slides too, or do they have resources?
I don't use it as much. They kind of discourage the virtual camera as
Oh,
uses some. But it's just they're like if there are technical issues, it's obviously going to be on you. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not doing it without it.
yeah.
So I'm like,
Gotta go.
right. But I only teach with them like for a couple of hours 1 day a week.
Okay, I gotcha. So the bulk of your classes are VIP Kid.
Oh yeah.
So, oh yeah, and the Google Slides are just amazing. Do you have a favorite Google Slide reward or a creator?
So many. So my favorite, probably prop creator, would be Dinah Phil.
Oh,
Um, Dinah. I'm not sure how you say it. And then rewards. There are so many. I like to stick with the builded rewards.
oh,
For my, especially the higher level. Because so many students like making cake with Dino, making ice cream with Dino. So I use a lot of those.
awesome. I really like star reveals. So my friend Morgan Brown, she has a YouTube channel also. She's my go-to. I always search for her name when I'm looking for star reveal. It makes it just simple and easy. The star reveal is not too distracting. I really increase my student output. We have lots of conversations. So my time is ticking away. So I've got to find the simplest type of Google Slide reward that's fun. I do like holiday ones. So I will use all different types of holidays, but my go-to are star reveal because it's already built in that I got to get the stars. So it
That's
makes my
true.
time go much faster.
That is true. I use a lot of star reveals for my level 1 and level 2 students.
Oh,
And then have you seen the star maps?
I
I like the new,
haven't.
they're kind of new on, if you go into Slidekick, they're like the star reveals, but you have like a little map on the side and they just kind of pick up
Oh,
to the 5. They're kind of
and
cool.
what do you search for? A star map?
Just star map, yeah, and it'll pull
Star
up all
map.
the different star
Okay.
maps.
I gotta look. I have not used that one. So cool. There are so many different types and styles. There's FAS, which is find a star. Goodness, it's just a treasure trove of unlimited choices, which is wonderful.
I agree.
So awesome. What feature of Mannycam could you not live without? You have to have.
I could not live without presets.
Ah,
I have to have my presets.
very
I
important.
obviously use a lot of them. So
Yes, definitely, definitely. And then I think for me, I would not be able to live without zooming in or out and controlling the camera. You can do that in software that comes with your webcam, but in Mannycam, it's so much easier. So I am often changing, adjusting my lighting or zooming out and in to get the right size picture. That is just the tool that I could not live without. If they took it away, I'd be really sad.
That's true. I would be in trouble actually. I have to keep my window pretty small because I'm kind of built into my dining room, but I have
Oh,
like a wall up that my husband built that has my green screen tacked up to
oh,
it. So
gotcha.
if it gets too much wider, you start to see my prop shelves and my game shelves and stuff.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, and I have a rolling, it's hiding back here, but I have a rolling luggage cart, not luggage cart, fabric cart for clothes, like clothes
Mm.
rack. It rolls
Oh,
and goes behind me. So I only have a certain distance, and I also want to be close enough in the camera to the students. My camera is very wide in its normal view, so I can really click it in a few clicks and get me right in the perfect size box like I am with you. So
yes.
I really makes more of a professional view for my students. That's why it's my absolute go-to tool. So, and what advice would you give to people just starting out to use Mannycam?
It may be scary, but it's totally worth it. Make sure
Awesome.
you use your research, the help features, YouTube videos. There, if you have questions or if you need help, you can find them. Your Facebook group has been amazing. You have a lot of tools, a lot of resources, and you're very knowledgeable. So I feel like anytime anyone has questions, like you're there, you're on it, you're able to help them. So
Awesome. So glad. Awesome. So glad you're in the group and part of the community. So
thank you.
awesome to celebrate. Hey, Rebecca says, my students love the mask too. Definitely. I don't use them as often, but I've got to download some of those and use them. It's not a feature that I use, but I think that could get some laughs out of kids, help capture their attention.
It can, and it helps. Like, so one of my favorite, the kids love the pig, right? But then like when you're doing like short hair, long hair, like I have short pink hair and that gets big sentences. I can have long, colorful hair. And they have just black and blonde. And so I find those actually really helpful in the lessons too.
Definitely. Do you ever use the AR stickers that are in VIP Kid?
Yes, I use those sometimes, but the only reason I don't heavily rely on those is because so many of the students, like if they're on a desktop or if they have the older app, they don't have them. And they get
Oh,
upset if you use them on you and they know they're
and they
there
don't, and they
and they
can't get
can't
them.
have them. So I'm very careful with those.
That makes sense. I also when I go and get the drop down of them, I have to look at them and they're so tiny to find the one that I want in the AR stickers. That
Yes,
I prefer in Mannycam. I'm a searcher. I'm not sure how you find your effects.
I
I
very
just hit
much
the
search.
magnifying glass and I type what I'm looking for. So if I start typing HAI and there comes the hair and then the hair comes up. Instead, I have to like look through the teeny tiny little AR stickers. I can't find them as easy. So definitely, I'm for sure not an AR sticker user through VIP Kit, though they are fun. It's great to
They're
have
fun.
other options. So
I completely agree. And I like the new, like, whenever if you select things ahead of time up in your selected effects, I like the new feature in Mannycam where you get like a little picture of it. So you know exactly
yes,
what
like
you're
a little
doing.
preview. So yeah,
Yes,
so friends, if you have not done the upgrade and gotten the newest version of Mandycam, I have another YouTube video that tells you how to grab the upgrade in a safe, easy, quick way. And then once you've got it, it has an upgrade to effects that gives you a little preview, and it keeps them sorted in folders or categories, which didn't do that before in your selected effects. That is a nice change. I really
I
enjoy
agree.
that. I like that too. Yeah, big change. Rebecca says I need to learn how to zoom in and out in Mannycam. Rebecca, you do. Definitely. It's a fun, awesome resource and tool, something I use all the time. I zoom. I also crop my feed, also make circles. Like there's all kinds of cool things to do with that tool. So cool, cool. Hey, Raquel, is there anything else that you wanted to add?
I don't think so. I'm just super excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, hey, you were a wonderful guest. It was awesome to hear from you and share all your knowledge. I am going to try adding a bunch more presets. I might be moving them around and putting them in order of classes. Brilliant
Yes.
idea. I wouldn't have ever thought to do that. That's super fab. If you'd like to learn more, Raquel and I hang out in VIP Kid in Mannycam community. It is in Facebook. That is a helpful resource to come into. We have guides to get you started, as well as we teach courses and trainings. We're going to have a Mannycam 2.0 class to show some advanced features from a Mannycam Pro
Awesome.
in June. July and August, we'll run again Mannycam and 6, which are basic training classes for people getting started. So can't wait to see you in the community. Thank you for your time, Raquel. You did a
Thank
fabulous
you.
job. And friends, we'll see you next time, next Friday on Mannycam and Me. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Goodbye.